hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
And welcome everyone to the Circle of Debate and MMA podcast here, ladies and gentlemen. The host of Devious One IBC here with my other host, mi hermano, mi familia, mi miclo, the director, the one and only Chris Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen, the director himself. And ladies and gentlemen, today we are joined for one of the most uprising stars in the world of mixed martial arts. And he is a number 3 ranked in the bantamweight division of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, ladies and gentlemen. And he's from my barrio too, South Central, baby, all day. Viva Mexico, su puta madre. That's right.
Whoa.
That is right. Let's fucking go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome David Alessio Diaz. What is going on, man? Appreciate you for coming on the show, brother.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for guys for having me. It's been a while that I do it, so I was like, yeah, I'm doing better after my last fight. I'm like, I think it's time to start getting out there. So yeah, 100% down. Always on to help Raza, and we're here,
That's right, man. We're here, bro. And man, for you taking the time, we appreciate you for coming on here live on the show. And of course, we already have people here. Here we go. Yes, this will be a banger. Yes, it will be. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, shit. We got Clark Street in the house.
Yes, we got everybody here.
I love that we're getting a lot of pro wrestling fans over to the real fighting world. They may be fans. They may be fans. I don't know it, but I love that we're merging the content over, and that's kind of why I wanted to do all this. So
for me, it's like, man, they're down to go in there and take an actual punch in the face, whether it be a boxing or something. To me, it's you can take his balls. You don't know how hard the other person's gonna hit you. Sometimes the people that don't know how to fight are the most dangerous ones because they're just fucking rah. So
I've only done pro wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I've taken some hard as fuck real punches in pro wrestling that were pretty sure unintentional, but I was rocked for sure. I'm like, I don't think I want to be hit by someone who wants to hit me, let alone
I don't think you're supposed to hit me at full 80% for that one.
Dude, that was an accident. I don't want a pro fighter to ever touch me, man.
It happens. It happens in sparring. Something like it's not always meant to happen. But there's once in those good full moons, you have a one sparring match that just fucking feels like a fucking or an amateur boxing match because you're just fucking blah blah. So it happens. So if I get it.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, I want to start off here, man. I just want to, man. I know you were born in South Central. I was born in South Central too, by the way. I was born right there on Slauson and Figueroa. So I was born right there. That's my barrio right there. I was born in South Central.
La Figueroa.
Yeah, La Figueroa, baby. you know how, you already know Figueroa, bro. It's always Figueroa, like all the way.
It's a dangerous way, man.
It's a dangerous way. Just don't go all the way to Imperial or Century because that's a whole different story, right?
Yeah. I'm there every night for my job, so I feel it.
There's different levels of South Central. There's different levels of South Central. There definitely is.
Yep, you already know. But take us through your journey, brother. How did you get into the world of mixed martial arts? How did you get involved? How did it all begin? Your journey.
Man, it still feels like a fucking movie, to be honest. There's still times that I still cry about it, something just of happiness of like I think Joey Beltran told me it was imposter syndrome. He's like, sometimes you don't feel that everything you accomplish you belong there, but then you look at yourself and you're like, no, fuck yeah, I do belong here. It just happens so fast.
Yeah.
I was just a dreamer, man. I was in fucking South Central LA training in my mom's backyard for on and off in her backyard. Me and my little brother just started doing it when I just posted something up about like, man, we used to wrestle on blankets. We used to fucking wear multiple socks as gloves. And of course, being that young, I was like, what, 18, 19, 17, telling myself, man, I want to make it in UFC. UFC wasn't blowing up yet. Ultimate Fighters were still doing like open tryouts. Remember that? Ultimate Fighter used to do
Oh yeah.
open
Now you're
tryouts.
talking about language, yeah.
You know, and for me, it was like, man, I want to get into open tryouts. But one thing that was like one of the rules was you were supposed to have at least an amateur fight before that. And I was not even in a gym. I just thought I could just show up. So I never did it. You know, years happened. I had a really bad, point in life. I had a 5-year relationship, didn't work out. And I just kind of hit this. I was overweight, like 220 pounds or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah, depressed, injured, fucking depth up the ass. And I just told myself, well, what do I do? Do I go back to partying, sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Or like I'm 30, 31 now. I'm like, do I chase my dream that like the pandemic hit? I was like, there's nothing like, what can I'm gonna chase my fucking dream. Fuck this. 10 pounds, 20, 30, 40, 50, 95 pounds later, I'm fucking running my own little gym in my apartment, 1 bag, 2 bags, and just me and my little brother doing mitt work. People started hitting me up to help them out. And then I see, tryouts for BKFC in Arizona. I had like a little bit of money left. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go. I take off to Arizona to the tryouts. I remember there's like 3 camera guys, recording all over.
Yep.
And they're like, there was a guy that had fought Mayweather trying out. There was a couple of big names right now. It's kind of like, well, fuck. Fuck it, I'm just going to have to do me,
Yeah.
So when they go, first round is going to be shadow boxing, second round, fourth, fifth round is going to be bag work, and then last round is going to be mitt work. So I'm like, all right, well, here goes 3 rounds of shadow boxing. So I get in my shadow boxing. I start doing my little style. It's a little different. It's dancey. It's a lot of flow, the way I move. Cumbia and merengue plays in my head while I'm shadow.
There you go. There you go. Oh,
yeah. So I remember doing my shit, and then like at one point looking around, and there's the 3 cameras are surrounding me. And I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Like, all right, dude, just go with it. Start going with it, get asked for my story, tell them exactly what I told you guys. And they're like, we're going to give you a shot. So from that point, I hit up, I was like, there was a Bellator champion at the time, former BKFC champion, former Bellator champion, former UFC fighter, Joey Beltran, the Executioner.
Yes, sir.
He was champion in BKFC, and I remember just thinking, homeboy fights like me. Like I could see a lot of my like hood style, which is just fucking press on the gas, go forward, smother them, and I was like, let me reach out to him, see if he can help me out. I hit him up on Instagram, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna be in Miami. If you want to do it, you can come down here. We'll do 3 classes, 5 classes. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I was in Miami. I met him at Knucklemania, and he's like, I'm gonna be in Miami if you're down. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm just time to leap,
Yeah.
Go to fucking Miami. First few ones I had paid him for the classes, and he was just doing this 1 hour with me, kind of like, all right, another fucking guy says he wants to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much how many people hit him up a year telling him I want to be the next fighter, and they never go train with him after 1 tryout, So I went every day, and I stayed in Miami, and every time we finished our training, I'd still stay in the gym. He'll still be in there. I remember like the last 2 sessions, he was just staring at me like this motherfucker, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last session, he's all like, come back at 7. Or I did 7 a.m. He's like, come back at 12. We're going to do sparring. And then after 12, come back at 7. So he had me going 3 a days, and I was doing it, just going. And one day we had a heart-to-heart, and he's like, I'm going to corner you for your fight. And we became like brothers. He helped me out with my mental, and boom, they gave me my first fucking fight. This nobody from South Central LA who trains in his mom's backyard with trash bags on. Like it was surreal, man. It was like, fuck, they were putting me versus a guy that was the next Conor McGregor, 9 knockouts, all wins. And and to me, it was like, I don't got shit to lose, homie. Like, if you watch that first fight, I fucking fought like they were trying to take my last fucking nah, dog, you're not. I just remember telling myself, you're not taking this shit away from me. Nominated fight of the year.
Yeah.
I got fight of the night, first fight, second fight. Yeah, second fight. Moved to Miami. It didn't work out. I decided to move to Mexico. Did a camp in a little like I second fight. I trained myself. I had no more money, so I came back from Mexico and I just trained in the park with a friend. Got fucking ripped out of Planet Fitness and just me and a homegirl training in the park. Just stayed focused. Fuck up the second guy. You know, third fight I decided to move to Mexico. I moved to Mexico. Uh, had to focus, not get distracted. I was in a party town, I was in Sayulita, Nayarit. So,
It's pure party time over there.
Yeah.
Till the next day in the morning, you know how it is.
Yeah, till 5 a.m. and then you work out at 7. So before camp, I was doing it. I was dancing till 5 a.m., training back at 7 a.m. I was like, fuck it, like I was fucking just. Then after that, I was like, all right, time to focus. So had to stay focused. Had my third fight. Very tough opponent. We got fight of the night. Guy had 100% knockout rate. First one he doesn't knock out. Took him all rounds. Got fight of the night and one fight of the year. So, and now we're here, man. I mean, that's the fast version. There's a lot of bumps and shit around that road, but that's just the fast version. Whatever you want to jump onto, you take it from there.
You mentioned in the early days, The Ultimate Fighter. Around that time, you were obviously watching UFC and MMA. And there's this current, I'm going to build the story up into this. There's this huge Mexican MMA community now. We have 3 actual champions, Mexican-born champions, Alexa Grasso,
Pantera,
Brandon Moreno, and
Yair Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Back in the day, you had obviously Executioner Joey Beltran was killing it back then. This is like 10 years ago for the casuals. I've been watching for 30 years, so like I lived through this era as a fan. Sick Dog, Hector Ramirez. You also had, behind you came Velasquez, the first Mexican champion. To see it go.
Well, the first one was Tito Ortiz, actually.
That's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He was actually Tito Ortiz. Yeah. I go back a little bit over 10 years.
Yeah,
but I remember.
A lot of people do they give it to Kane, but I'd say first heavyweight Mexican champion. But
the first likable Mexican American.
Yeah, there we go.
People couldn't. And Tito was from Long Beach too,
Honey TV bad boy.
Tito was from Long Beach,
he was the shit back then. But also not really. He was a heel. One of the first heels we had for sure.
Yeah.
To see it evolved in the community. From just 3 or 4 names that a lot of them weren't main event status to now having 3 champions. How has that affected the fight community? Do you see more kids from your area or in your community like getting into the gym now? Is this like when Machida became a champion? You saw kids taking karate. Now are you seeing more kids like yourself trying to get into the game?
Well, dude, like for me it was watching, like Cain Velasquez, fucking having fighters like that coming up, being like, man, si se puede. We have a saying, si se puede. Yes, se puede. So, if it affected me that way, definitely seeing fucking Moreno win the belt the first time, that shit got me emotional as fuck.
Me too. He won it in Anaheim. I'm from a block away from the Honda Center. So to hear those crowd, that I know that community, and I know that he's a second son to that community. So to see that happen there, I also felt, I'm as white as they come, but I felt the same passion and pride that they had for that win.
No, yeah, when he had that, I was like, dude, like, one thing that hit me was like, I want to know what it's like to be champion, dude. So I want that BKFC belt, I want to hold it. And like once I win, I got nothing to prove. I told recently somebody I wasn't supposed to make it this far, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up! You were supposed to make it this far." And I was like, "Fuck, you're right." So I gotta stop being so hard on myself. But yeah, man, there's that does definitely send a wave, especially to young women. Especially in Mexico, that thing is so fucking crazy. A lot of femicides, I think it's called feminicidios.
Yeah,
a lot of like disappearing young women over there. So I'm pretty sure seeing something like Alexa Grasso, it's a big inspiration to be like, we could defend ourselves. We could defend ourselves so fucking good. We could be champions, motherfucker. Like, so it definitely sends a positive impact to the youth and to people seeing people that we could relate to. I've had it myself. People from the hood kiss me, like, dude, like, fuck yeah, I want to get back into it. You're from like 3 blocks from where I live. And I'm like, si se puede. That's what I say. Si se puede. You just gotta fucking want it. So yeah, definitely a huge impact, man. Seeing these pure-blooded Mexicans winning this. Remember when it was all Brazilians for 1 minute?
Yes,
all
Brazilians. All Brazilians.
Because jiu-jitsu and there was just some other type of animals. But as mixed martial arts kept evolving, you stop seeing one-dimensional fighters. You stop seeing just the perfect striker. You started seeing someone that had amazing jiu-jitsu defense, striking, wrestling defense, and ground and pound. So like you started to see the evolution of these guys. Alexa Grasso, Brandon Moreno, perfect examples. Yair, the way they evolved into where they're at now.
And Brandon Moreno got cut and came back and won the belt.
Yeah.
Alexa Grasso was undefeated in her debut, lost to Felice Herrig, and now is the champion. So you can't ever quit on yourself. And I want to bring up, I don't want to jump to the end of the fight, but versus Thompson, you were yelling at the audience and the camera like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Almost like you're not only convincing yourself that you do, but convincing the crowd that you do. Was that the fight that really did that for you? Where you walked out of there like, fuck the haters, like, I do believe that I believe here?
Yeah, that was it. That was a solidification for myself to be like, because everybody's like, oh, he's going to get knocked out 1 round, this and that. And then next thing you know, I give up performing that fighters that or champion couldn't do with him, fighters that big boxers that couldn't do it with him. I mean, I have a saying, either he's not that good or I'm that fucking great. And I do believe that he is really good. So right. I am that fucking great. So yeah, the thing is like, I don't fucking belong here. So what the fuck am I doing here? And sure enough, man, after that fight, a couple of fighters that would talk shit to me hit me up, were like, all right, you belong here. So yeah, that was it was very pretty. I won something more than a win. I won a lot of respect, and I got to show people, holy shit, this motherfucker, when we go at it with him, he's not gonna stop to the end. Can I hang? They're gonna fear that 3th, 4th, and 5th round because they know that's when I'm fucking blowing up. I'm like, let's go. I don't stop, man. I'm Energizer goes, starts fucking Energizer Bunny till it ends. That's just my style. Kill or be killed. Go forward. I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and if the fans go back and watch that fight, in those rounds that you mentioned between 3 and 4, you'd been talking to him. I mean, let's just say talking shit. I don't know if specifically you weren't being like mean, but you're definitely trying to get a reaction out of him. And he wasn't, and it looked like playing the verbal game with you. He was kind of focused. He was kind of ignoring the trash talk. But between 4 and 5, I believe, you had said something to him, and he finally reacted to you. I think, like, after you got, no disrespect, you got dropped a little bit with the left hook.
Yeah.
And you shook it off. You smiled at him. You gave him his props, and you started talking some more shit. And I think he either fist bumped you or said something like, I got you, or let's go. Like, he finally showed some facial recognition to your skill in that fight. But that happened in the later rounds, which is where you don't want your opponent to be. You don't want him to be comfortable coming at you late in the fight, because that's the most terrifying thing is you won't go down. You're like, the Terminator. It's like, what do I got to do to stop this guy? And he's talking shit. That's got to be just one of the scariest things to deal with.
I don't know, man. I think having a kid might be scarier. But standing in front of some motherfucker that's gonna punch you freaking. Like, for me, I swear to God, man, even when he dropped me, I didn't feel rocked. I didn't feel his power. What it was that round 1 jab that just caught me by surprise and closed my eye. The eye had to, but no excuses. I got punched. I should have blocked it because if I wouldn't have gotten punched, I would have made it. But that didn't happen. That's like if I said, if I had more power, I would have knocked you out. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I didn't have the power. So I didn't knock you out. So why even say that? But yeah, I think that's just my style, and I wasn't really talking shit. And one thing he did, he didn't want to say my name in Spanish, and my name is David Diaz. My dad's name is David. He's from Mexico, so I go by David. I let friends call me David once we're comfortable, out of respect, But this guy, he said I tried to fancy my name, change my name, and people were like, nah, dude, that's his culture. And he said, fuck him, fuck that, I don't give a fuck. So that's what I was saying, was that you're gonna say my name, and sure enough,
what's my name?
After he said, there's a video BKFC posted up. He's like, so what's his name? He's like, it's David. It was like, all right, that's
even in a loss, it's on the record, but that's a win in the culture, in the game.
Yeah. You see, even when I lose, I win. Yeah, and it's like, exactly. I won. I don't lose in that ring. I learn. Like I said, man, I got into this game so late. People said I was too old. I never been in a boxing match. I never did this. And then now I'm ranked number 3, man. I just had a fight with number 2. I mean, I was ranked number 2. He was number 3. They just fixed the ranking, so they switched us up to that. Now he's number 2. I'm number 3. Uh, I'm not taking. I could have gone the other route. There's a lot of fighters that go 5, 6 fights till they fight someone difficult. I fought 2 fights to get warmed up. In the third fight, I went at it with one of the toughest guys that's been there since BKFC 1.
Yeah.
Not everybody took that fight. I did. I wanted to show the world and myself that I belong here, and that it doesn't matter that he's super. He's not gonna knock me. He's not gonna drag dog me, and he didn't. So it's not a losing experience. It's a it's a learning experience for me, and I definitely learned a lot. A lot. That was like I told the guy, like, make me a better fighter, as in, the way that he's like popping me, that's what's gonna make me a better fighter. Because I'm gonna go back and look at what my blueprint. What did I do wrong? My movement was good, my combos were good, my cardio was fucking amazing, my chin is good. I just got hit in that eye. That was just it. So we're definitely on the rematch. When we earn it, it's not gonna be the same.
Oh no, absolutely.
100%.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, like I said, right now you're on top of the game. You're representing, of course, La Raza, and not only that, but also what you do for the community as well. Because you and I, we're familiar how South Central is. It's not, hey, rainbows and all this crap. No, there's bullshit. We know how it is, the environment.
Yeah.
We grew up in that. We grew up in the streets. We know how it is. But like how Chris mentioned about bringing that to the community, which I do see that, what you have done by far. And do you see yourself to be like, like how you mentioned, or like Chris mentioned earlier, like to be the set of example to persuade getting these kids out of the streets to go more into the gyms, learn how to box, learn how to do Muay Thai, learn how to do Jiu-Jitsu. Like, do you get them more, like, do you feel that you're setting that example, and do you feel like you want to give more to get them out of the streets so they can be more better in the gyms and, get their minds away from that, away from that environment, and just get them, where we're at right now? I mean, do you feel like that you're doing that by far? And, how, like, what other, like, goals, ambitions do you have to help the community as well?
Well, it's crazy. When I first did my first fight, I got asked that. I got hit up by a lot of people, man. A lot of people saying that I was inspiring them. And after the first fight, it was something very, very hard to accept. Kind of like, nah, I'm a fuck up, dude. I'm a fuck up. Always thought I was a fuck up. And then to be like an inspiration to certain people, I felt weird saying it, and I felt even weirder accepting it. But I did, after a while, of processing and healing and learning, accepting that I am this fucking good and I have inspired some people. And I try to answer to everyone that hits me up when they're like in depression, tell me what do I suggest they should do. And I tell them personal experience, what I do to get my head out of a gutter, when you start going into depression. I feel like I'm only becoming what I would have wanted to have growing up. We grew up with cholo homies that'll look out for us in a way or another.
Yep.
I had a friend who would, like, when I was younger, who was helping me provide for myself in the streets, and at the same time, he told me I better never fucking join the gang. So it's it's a weird big brother role model to kind of like, shit. My gangster homie is hooking me up, but he's telling me I'm never gonna join. But you learn, like, people like that are looking up to you. We didn't have that many South Central people. I had some opportunities to settle out, and I chose not to because I didn't want to be something that people can't relate to. And I've kept a lot of my training at home with small gyms, and it is for that exact reason. I want people to be able to relate, to know that there's someone like them. What the fuck did I do? It's just discipline. When there's no motivation, there's discipline. Sometimes I don't want to get up and train. Sometimes I don't want to go run or fucking wake up at 7 a.m. and give a class, but I fucking do it, and all that sacrifice pays off.
Yeah.
So in the future, if I can, once I do, I try to help out the most I can. My first paycheck, I gave it back to the community. I got my paycheck was $1,000 my first fight. I got $1,000 worth of tacos and I gave them away at La Vida de Jalisco.
Yes.
Second time, I got taco stands offering to donate the service, so I got 2 taco stands giving away food. We had a lady giving away micheladas, like, you know, and it was just all small businesses helping each other.
There you go.
I would like to one day open a gym, you know, and offer some type of like low income house program, or just kids keeping the fuck out of the streets. I promise, if they work out 2 to 3 hours with me, they won't have enough energy to be out there doing shit. They'll be recovering.
Exactly.
You know?
Hell yeah.
They'll be
They're gonna be like, I'm not gonna go out. Hell no,
my legs are hurting, my ribs. Like, yeah. But tomorrow back to the gym, and South Central's got talent. And I like to say that I'm a little bit of proof of that. You know, if I did this shit out of a fucking backyard, I don't have a lot, you know. I'm rich in a different sense. I have a lot of people that love me. Not with money, but with people. I got a lot of people now that take care of me, look out for me. There's a lot of love. There's a big love community. But one day, if I could fucking do that, I would love to open a small gym or something and offer
El Necio gym right there.
Puro Perro Bravo gym.
Yeah, that's right. Puro Perro Bravo gym. It looks like we got a question here in the chat from Cage My Q. He's like, always ask this question. How was the transition of the bait knuckle style from boxing, and how was the promotion treating? So there's the question for you.
What was that? How was the transition from bare knuckle box style from boxing? There's a thing. I was never a boxer. I was always a street fighter. So my style was fucking wild and weird. And when I saw bare knuckle boxing, I was like, this is something I know I could do. You know, I didn't want to be that drunk deal that I'm gonna puedo chingar. I can fuck them up. You put me in with a modelo. You put me in there, I can fuck them up.
There you go. Hey, so puta madre, sí, cabrón.
Ese sí me la puedo chingar. No, I was legit seeing like bare knuckle every event, and I was like, I could fuck that guy up. I could fight this fool. I know I will. I've seen guys get punched one time, go down in 30 seconds, get punched 2 times and drop to the floor. And I remember saying it over and over. I won't go down. I know I won't. If I just had a chance. But that chance is that chance comes once in a lifetime, man. Like, I saw him like an open tryouts. Let me fucking go shine. You gotta fight. That I know that doesn't happen all the time. So when it happened for me, I fucking went full force, you know, into that. What was his second question? How does the promotion treat me?
And then that's what that was second question.
Next question.
all right. The fifth. There you go.
I like that's the answer for sure.
It's a 50-50. It's a love-hate thing, man. You know, they love me when I'm gonna fight and they promote the shit out of me. Love to rank me number 3 to pull in the people, but I need to get paid. I have bills to pay. I've got injuries. I know they know. I know in the beginning they thought I was just gonna be some one guy that's gonna come get his ass kicked, but now I pretty much showed up. I am one of your most known fighters, dog. Like, so I think that's it's a 50-50 love-hate. I love the staff, the people that work there, everything. There's just some things that need to be fixed, and I would love to continue to fight for them and continue. I am an original BKFC fighter, and I'd love to stay there. I want to be in the video game, motherfucker, you know?
There you go.
Like, so, you know, I think they just need to work a little bit on prioritizing their fighters that have been there, helping the sport grow.
That is a segue into a question I was trying to figure out how to ask, but that kind of is a perfect way to do that. Is you see a lot of MMA crossover. You see even retired MMA fighters, popular ones, Luke Rockhold, Chris Liebman, Mike Perry, coming over into the game. Does that, for I guess you could say the BK originals, does that seem like a promotional threat at all? Is it welcomed because it brings eyes on the sport? Or do some people look like they're taking your spots?
Nah, if you're trying to take my spot, you gotta fight me for my fucking spot. No one's taking my fucking spot. You're gonna fight me first. You're gonna pay me. but you're gonna pay me for. You're also gonna fight me for my spot. So for me, it's a dream come true. For me, it's bring on the Dodsons, bring on the homies. Bring on all those ones. Bring them. I like line them up.
Mendes is coming over. It's fucking
Chad
wild.
Mendes has been there. He's been for. He's gonna be
Yeah.
his second or third fight. But I mean, who did they pay? I mean, they announced that they paid him $500,000. It's like, bro, I just want 10 or 15. I just want 10 or 15. Go ahead, just pay your boy. Anyways, yeah, bring him over. There's no threat. The thing is, they want BKFC and former UFC fighters. They want for promotion. That's big. We have that happening. Actually, Luke Rockhold is gonna be fighting another. I forgot his name.
I think it's Mike Perry. I think
No. Yeah, Luke Rockhold is fighting Mike Perry. I'm talking about Ben Rothwell.
Oh, Ben Rothwell.
He's fighting another BKFC dude. He just beat Hardy.
Oh, he beat
Greg Hardy.
Hardy,
He just knocked the fuck out of Hardy. That was kind of that UFC versus one of our BKFC guys, and now they're putting Ben Rothwell versus this guy. What is his name? Stay Down, I think.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, see, occasions of had a successful fight against Mike Perry in London. That
fight was crazy.
Found it, Josh Watson.
Josh Stay Down Watson. That guy's fights are entertainment, big dudes. So, I mean, there's some dudes that are like
that's a big boy. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, hey, but
that dude looks like Jason.
Sure. I'm like I said, we got Dodson in the mix right now. He's asking for a 135 title. Homeboy hasn't fought at 135. He's been fighting at 125. So shit, if he wants a belt, I'll go down to 125. We fight for the 125 belt. We got a bunch of new people coming in there. Bring them in, man. Bring them in. Make 135. But I mean, if you're gonna fight at 125, get your 125. But I don't like when people do that. Like Conor McGregor was fighting at 170, getting a 150 title fight. No, it's like fighting your division, work your way up. But I mean, I know those big fights are coming. I'm number 3. I know that every fight after this is gonna be. I mean, every fight has been a war, but every fight after this is gonna be a bigger war. So
absolutely
expect some big names getting ready to be lined up with me.
Ooh, I'm excited. And there's a question for you right here on the chat. Who is your Mount Rushmore MMA fighters?
Oh fuck! All right, here it goes. I'm gonna tell you from the people that I really liked is for me that were like memorable forever. Tank Abbott was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Tank Abbott's style when he came out. I'm talking if you fools saw Tank Abbott when he first came out and he was fucking leaving guys on the fence.
John McEwen
backwards. He was like
when I was like 9.
He was that Theo that you didn't want to get drunk at the carne asada.
Yes.
That motherfucker was the one you didn't want to fuck with. He's definitely on my Mount Rushmore. Chuck Liddell, man. Chuck Liddell. I was there for the whole Chuck Liddell era. So seeing Chuck Liddell, man, fuck, that was fucking awesome. Seeing his whole career, even when Chuck Liddell started losing, it was heartbreak. It was like watching a friend get knocked out. It was like watching a homie get knocked out. It was like damn. And after the 4th one, it was like, all right, bro, I don't want to see this. You gotta hang it up. Definitely one that's up there for most is GSP. Mm-hmm. GSP is, I mean, love him or hate him, he fucking fought everyone and would dominate them. And after he won them, they weren't the same for a few fights. They were like broken. If you look at all his fights, after maybe 1 or 2 guys didn't sink down, but a lot of them did. He would break those guys. How many do I got to put up there for?
Let's do 4. I think that's what Mount Rushmore is.
Okay, so we got Tank Abbott, Chuck Liddell, GSP, and man, who would be my other guy? This one will be tough, man. Let me think for a second. Someone that I would love watching and just love their brutality in there. Fuck, it could be a couple. It could be Vitor. It could be Silva. It could be You know what, man? For the sake of actually making dreams come true and breaking a barrier, because I was super motivated by this guy, and he did do a little. If this motherfucker could do it, I could do it. And I'm gonna put him up there not because of his skills, but because of his accomplishments that he did. Kimbo Slice.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I like that.
He
I
went
love
from backyard to the UFC. He fucking had a good. He had a beautiful slam with Houston Alexander. Like I said, man, he was never meant. He was never supposed to be in there, but he was. So I'm just gonna put Kimbo in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That literally what Cage right there said that it was Tank. Tank was drunk after at least his Oleg Taktarov fight, I think it was. I forget who. He was definitely drunk during one of his fights. It's when he tried to grab the microphone from Jeff Blotnick or some shit. He tried to get on the mic, and yeah, he was roasted for that whole fight.
Fuck.
Let's see. We got another question here. What would be your boxers? Okay.
Oh, boxers. I have like what? Like man, there's two boxers that just are like up there for me. So I'm gonna start with those two guys. I used to mimic the shit out of this dude. Like try to fucking fight like him. Arturo Gatti. Arturo Gatti, man, round 9 he had. That guy was a fucking animal.
Was an animal. Yes, he was.
Gotti, and then the goat of goats would have to be Julio Cesar Chavez.
Always, yeah.
You know, we're gonna have to throw in Juan Marquez.
It's another great one.
Juan Marquez, fucking savage. And for the last one, just because he dethroned and the there was a point where he was really, really good, man, and he's not the one we see now online. Oscar de la Hoya.
Yeah.
He was I mean, now he's a whole nother trip. He's like but I'm talking about in the 90s.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Golden Boy era, yeah.
Golden Boy era, like man, yeah, I guess those will be my 4, man.
Love it. Oh man.
We'll throw Butterbean in the bottom of the rocks too.
Butterbean, man, his transition to MMA was a wild one. When he was out there getting
and he was like 200 pounds bigger than when he was before. He was a fucking legitimate Butterbean.
He went this 200 pounds this way, not
yeah,
this way.
Yeah, that way.
Like once he fell, he couldn't get up.
Yeah.
So that was kind of that wasn't a good transition if you ask me. Definitely shouldn't have gone there.
I know, right? I don't know how the body works, but damn, we didn't expect that.
Those leg kicks had to hurt. Those leg kicks had to fucking hurt, man.
Oh man. And then when you went from amateur now to training on, what you took first? So like, I mean, I don't know, besides amateur boxing, but besides boxing,
I didn't do amateur boxing.
No amateur boxing, none of that. Anything. So you
went
straight forward with everything overall.
Yeah, just straight from my mom's backyard. My little brother's a good fucking boxer, man. But we trained ourselves. We taught ourselves in the backyard. Like we had the video game, the first UFC Undisputed, and the coaching in that game would be like combos. I would copy those combos, whatever would run smoother. I'd go to the back and do the combos in the back. Like we trained we would see something in UFC, we'll see a move we like, and we'd immediately imitate it together. Like, let's try it. Let's try that Superman. So yeah, man, we went from a backyard straight to pro. Pay-per-view, my first fight, dude,
Yeah, definitely, man. But then so from there you go to Mexico to train as well. So how's the training out there like too? I mean, like how it's but different here than when you went, with Joey?
So when I was here with Joey, we were in Miami. It was just too expensive for me. I wanted to focus way more on my training than I had to focus on making the money for the rent living there, making the money I owe here. So Joey understood. Joey still corners me. We still could keep in contact. We hit up each other all the time. Like, hey, carnal, look out for ¿Cómo estás? House. His wife is fighting this coming weekend. Joey, Britt Beltran, saludos a los Beltranes. They're coming back. I was her corner for the first fight they had with that girl Tennessee Gangster, and I'm not there this time, but I know they know I'm there at heart, and they're gonna fucking take it. But Mexico, I only went for 3 weeks to Zacatecas. I trained at altitude. It was I liked it. The style is pretty, same Mexican style, forward. And then I came back, and then I found a healer in Sayulita, Nayarit.
Okay.
And I made friends with townspeople and the owners, and people started trying to sponsor me. So I stayed there at Quilombo MMA Fitness in Sayulita, Nayarit. Shout out to Christian Valverde. Took me in, helped me with a bit of my mental, and he's like, just stay and keep grinding till your fight comes up. So it is different, man. The heat, the support, being a Chicano, they either eres pocho or eres raza,
Exacto. Yeah.
So when I went, it was that I was living there with them. I wasn't going out doing tourist shit. I was there just training, and they took me in. The pueblito was like, yeah, fuck yeah, you represent us. So enseñándole a México que no nada más yo soy mexicana ni hablo español. Sí lo hablo. Allá viví un año. Quiero regresar. Just gotta wait till my eye gets better so I could go back. So I think it helps the trading a lot, man, being away. When I'm gone, I miss my moms, I miss my brother, I miss my family. I miss just my mom's food when she cooks. I'm having a bad day. I miss my friends that are here that could tell me, hey, come to the bar and just come have a drink or come kick it. And I'm away from everything, sore, tired, and no sexual activity. I just focus fully on fighting, no relationships. And I get fucking mad. I'm like, it's because of this motherfucker in front of me. I can't see my family. It's because of him. So when I see him, I'm going to fucking hurt him. And then after, I'm going to go home and see my family. So yeah, that it helps. It helps me mentally. I don't like being too comfortable.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah, you just want to continue like how you mentioned, you want to be the energizer buddy, continue, keep going, keep driving to get better and better daily because you want to get to that point. I mean, you're almost there. I mean, shit. We just want you to have the belt, man, already. Fuck, what the hell? What's going on here? That's all we need. We need a fourth one in La Raza, the community, Mexican community, baby. We need a fourth Mexican champion, baby. Why not?
We're gonna get, like I said, man. BKFC wants to put Dawson for a belt, and he can't come to 135. I mean, we'll take a belt at 125. I'm all up for it, but put that belt on the line, pay us. Yeah, so bring it.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, director. What you got, director?
Yeah. So okay, there's a little 7-minute documentary on your life that's I found on YouTube, and then you mentioned a couple minutes ago about your donations to taco trucks and being in what I consider the best food in the world capital of Los Angeles and the best food truck capital of the world. After a fight, let's say you fight near your home, you leave the arena. What taco truck are you going to? And I think I saw you have an arcade game in your house.
Oh, yeah.
Right next to them right there.
You play the UFC Undisputed game, which I play. What taco truck are you going to, and what video game are you playing to chill after a long fight? Or a short fight. Fuck it.
Let me see. If I'm going to eat Mexican food and I'm in LA, I'd rather eat it at my mom's place, as mom's food. But if I'm in Mexico and I'm in Sayulita, you bet your ass out I'm way up on Mucho Bueno. We have Mucho Bueno Friends restaurant there. Gonna get myself some atún tirado, some taquitos right there. I'm gonna definitely do some karaoke.
They do it the brass, right? You got karaoke up there.
Karaoke
brass.
That's my thing. If I'm not fighting, I'm singing or dancing.
That's right.
And then a game that I will play after, it would either be 2 games I'm actually hooked on right now. Sons of the Forest, chill out, build some shit, kill some cannibals.
People to the forest.
Or GTA roleplay. I roleplay a cholito named Chucho. And I'd be like, what? I'd be like, what's wrong, perro? So I
That's some food's gone wild shit right there.
I know, and then we have a gang, and they're like, what's your gang name? We're like, we're FGS. What's FGS? Food's gone wild. So
the higher the stock, the downer the food.
So we started using it like, what's up, perro? Where you from? Food's gone wild, haha.
That's so great.
UFC Undisputed 3 is the best fucking game ever made for MMA or boxing.
I'm really sad. So I played that game every day since it came out, and they just took the servers offline in February.
No.
So I cannot play it online anymore. And I have my record screenshotted for my own because I don't fight. I play video games. So I was just like, fuck, it's going offline tomorrow. I'm screenshot my record just so I have my own little nerdy video game trophy. But I can't get into the new ones. The
4, I didn't like
weird.
the 4.
The controllers don't make sense to me. They're too wobbly and it doesn't look right. Like this.
I like all of them. I like them off in their own way, but this last one, I just cannot get into.
Yeah,
it's too slow.
On the front. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just not.
It's too
awkward.
slow. Like, I understand it's a video game and they want realism, but it's also a fucking video game, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, let us have some fucking fun here. Like, bring back Pride Mode.
Pride Mode was good.
I remember telling BKFC, because there's rumors about the game. It's been 2 years of rumoring the video game. And they're like, who do you think they're going to put in the video game? And I remember a bunch of people were like, Alessio Diaz will have unlimited fucking cardio in that game. Like, fucking. So, dude, if BKFC decides to make this fucking video game, David Feldman, hire the THQ guys from UFC 3, and you will have the best fucking fighting game that will ever come out, and you'll put EA Games in deep shit. They'll be like, oh,
yeah, EA really is dropping them balls for me.
So, Mr. Feldman, hire the THQ crew. I'm sure they're easy to find. Put me in the game, put me on the cover, put my mustache.
There you go, baby. Yes, baby. Hell yeah.
No. Get a petition for sure.
If there was 2 people I could train with, who would it be? Why? I definitely like to train with Brandon Moreno's team. I actually train with one of his Muay Thai coaches in Pedro Joya in Puerto Vallarta. He's one of his corners. Really cool coach, but he's always traveling. I would like Brandon Moreno trains with Macion Fullen and Pitbull Rojo. So they have a really good solid team. So if I could train with the group of Perros Bravos, it'll be those guys for sure. And another person, if I could Steven Seagal. Nah. Nah. Not Steven. Like, nah. If I could train with another fighter, taking something from either Juan Marquez or Julio Cesar Chavez to have, you know what? Nah, like those guys are cool, but like if I want to go I'll do Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson is a fucking savage, dude. Savage ass. But yeah, I'd go with Mike Tyson. Those hooks, that peekaboo style. I like to learn that shit. Like that. Yeah, those two definitely.
Oh man.
Tyson's active, man. He's fucking back, kind of. So let's make it happen, dude.
Well, I saw when he fucking fought what was his name?
Oh, when he fought Roy Jones.
Dude, he looked great still. Yeah. And he wanted me to keep fighting, and Roy Jones was like, nah, dude, we're done. We're done.
That was an exhibition fight too, I believe. And there
was no winners.
I watched Tyson on podcast recently, and he's at the time, like between his last fight and before this fight, he was very chill, very relaxed, very tranquilo. And then on podcasts after he signed the contract for the fight, you're like, oh, there's Iron. There's a guy that people were terrified of in the 80s and 90s. He's back. I'm like that's gonna be bad news.
He should have fought right after that because he was ready. They didn't give him a fight. I mean, I'd see him. I'd be cool with him fighting Jake Paul. He'd probably fuck Jake Paul up. He's too much of a fucking beast, dude.
Yeah, he ain't taking no dives, no paychecks for any loss.
No, it'd be like, yeah, dude, that's a scary. I think when you think intimidating, just Mike Tyson right in front of you with gloves, man.
He'll eat the children for sure.
That guy's a fucking killer. Yes. You know? And he's like the nicest guy now in the world, so it makes it scary because he just, once the bell rings, he's not Mike Tyson. He's Mike Tyson. Like he.
He switches it on. Like, my back a little.
Nah.
Oh man, but before I'll ask my last question, then I'll pass it to Chris. Yeah, I mean, what would be the best if let's say someone comes in, someone like anybody that wants to get in this world, in the world of the sport of MMA, what would be the advice you could give them, or what would be the best advice you could give them if they want to enter into this world? I know that yourself that you mentioned that you barely got into the game late, but you know what? I'll be real. Age is only a number. It's not about fucking age. That's fucking real. I'm keeping it real right now with that. And you are an inspiration. I'll tell you that. I love what you do. That's why, I wanted to come on because, man, you and I mean, even though of course we're different, but we grew up in a neighborhood that, for someone like you to inspire, I commend you. I really do.
Gracias,
Agradezco por todo, carnal.
Gracias.
And I'm gonna keep spreading the word for you no matter what. I'm a fan already, bigger fan now, and we appreciate it. And I appreciate you, and the community of South Central appreciates it, and continue. And I hope, we need to have an SEO gym for sure coming in the near future.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, but what would be the best advice you give to anybody who wants to get into the game of the sport of MMA?
Definitely one of the for cardio. Work on your fucking cardio. Definitely. Hey, no, just work on your cardio. But another thing is market yourself. The person you market, I market myself I market myself as myself because I am this person. Be real, man. You want to attract a community that's gonna be like-minded, not your alter ego. You're just an angry motherfucker. You're gonna attract people that are gonna talk shit to your opponent, the way you play yourself off. So be you. If you're really serious about it, go in for it 100% in. You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be hungry. You're gonna, have to stop talking to some women that are distracting you. You know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that you that's the hardest drug to leave right there. The day that you say I am fully 100% in, that's the day you're gonna see results. You give out what you put out. You take back what you put out. So if you're only putting the bare minimum into your dream, you're only gonna get the bare minimum back. It's nothing in a dream. You want to fucking go full blast through. So prepare yourself for sacrifice, be ready for it. And when you go in for it, ready to kill, man.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. Director, any last questions?
Yeah. So you mentioned the eye injury in that fight with Thompson. It looked rough. Are you on injured list where you can't even discuss future opponent, or do you have something in the works that we can look forward to?
I mean, dude, honestly, the fucking times they've given me a fight that I'm gonna fight, I don't end up fighting that fight. 3 weeks before the fight, they finally changed the name on the contract again. So I'll say it now and I'll say it whatever. I don't give a fuck who it is, where it's at. If he goes left, I go left. He goes right, I'll go right. I don't care. I'm gonna fight. You're coming into a fight. When you fight me, you will remember that fight. It's not gonna be an easy fight. Line them up, send the contracts, just pay me. And I'm fucking ready. It doesn't matter. I know I'm ranked number 3, so I know no easy fights are coming my way. Unlike other fighters that pick their easy fights, they just get easy fights. They only fight fighters. I'm fucking going for the big shit. I'm going for legacy and a belt. So I want people to remember me as one of the most entertaining fighters that ever stepped in there. So line them up. I don't care who it is. Just pay me.
Love it. Henry Hill, fuck you, pay me.
Right. There you go. Yeah, man. But I appreciate you very much, brother, for taking the time. Now, before we let you go, just let the people know where can they find you. Let them know. Shout out your social media. Tell them where they can find you, where can they follow you, and follow this journey alongside with you, brother. And once again, thank you for taking the time. And hopefully we get you back on, man. And hopefully I can see you again.
Sure. Oh yeah.
He's gonna have about 12 pounds right here next time you have him on.
Oh yeah, I know. 12 pounds is gold. I want to see that. That's gold. That needs to happen, baby.
We're gonna make it happen. We just want to give a big thanks to everybody. It's like you guys have had me on. Thank you guys very much. Everybody that's been helping me and supporting me. I literally, my camps have been funded by the people, which is why I'm still in South Central LA, still in little towns in Mexico. Sayulita, my coaches, everybody who's helped me out, my little brother, my family. Just a big thank you to everyone. If you guys want to see my stuff, my name is David El Necio Diaz. You can find El Necio Diaz on Instagram or fucking TikTok. I also do TikTok. I'd be like, no, I'm just kidding. I have inspirational TikToks, and there's actually doing a little docu-series we postponed. We're still working on it. It's going to be a couple of episodes. It's called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The first episode is on YouTube. It was started off with my last fight, and we're working on it still, so check it out. David El Necio Diaz on all platforms. Thank you guys very much for all your support, all your love, and let's go, Perros. We're not stopping yet.
Ahí está. Hell yeah, that's right. Hell yeah, hell yeah. We're not stopping here, ladies and gentlemen. No, it doesn't stop here. That is for sure. Pero muchas gracias por todo, hermano, por para venir acá. Te agradezco mucho y te aprecio, te quiero mucho, and I'm gonna keep supporting your ass, get you up there. We want next time to have your ass here with that fucking belt, at 12 pounds of gold right here.
Yes,
And we need to have that because, hey, man, I'm excited. I'm just seeing your career, man, blasting off, brother. I wish you nothing to continue to thrive for it and get what you need to get to, brother. And we're gonna support you along the way, no matter what. And hey, we're there. We're there.
Muchas gracias. Yeah, any sponsors that are interested, just slide in my DMs. Slide in my DMs.
That is right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All you want to follow, Necio David Diaz is right below the description on our channel. Follow him on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook. It's all there right below. Follow this man and follow his journey as he is going to be heading into winning that BKFC championship, baby, because we're going to be alongside with him. So all the way, that's for sure.
I thought fight in LA, we'll be there.
Oh, yeah, in LA, I'll be there.
Definitely.
Let's get at the forum, and we're there.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking
That'd
there.
be great. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who's watching this on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, for all you sports fans, with the next 30 minutes, there will be a live, of course, Roto Slappers episode coming to you, hosted by your boy Streets, as he'll be doing the NFL fantasy draft coming up because MLB is starting. So make sure you hang on tight. Jump on the next 30 minutes on Roto Slappers. They'll be coming on in the next 30 minutes. Jump on that if you want to get your fantasy baseballs ready. He is the man to tell you who to get, who to not get. So make sure you tune in for that. And we appreciate you all once again for watching us here all over the Twitch, YouTube, Discord. We appreciate you all, guys. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.